You need, feel the vibe of this reggae. You my love, my life. This intense beat, the soul thanks you.
How are you guys doing?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes, like I say, I'm a big comedy fan, and I saw you online popping up on my YouTube, my IG feed. I'm like, man, this guy is funny. How
Yeah.
come more people don't see him,
Right.
don't know who he is and stuff? So that's pretty good, man. So I've seen you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a YouTube channel that's doing good also. So.
Yeah, it's not bad. I need to put more effort into it, but it's a lot of work, like, one end I have to like perform and I have to come up with new content, because, if I want to keep posting every week, I can't be posting the same stuff, so I got to keep writing new stuff.
Yeah.
And then I got to, nowadays, it used to be more like, things are like compartmentalized, like I write stuff and then I go to a club and the club kind of like advertises and brings me people. But now it's all on my hand, like, clubs just want people that can bring people.
Okay.
So you got to market yourself and do the social media, blah blah blah.
Yeah, so that's mean like, so if you don't have like a big IG follower, the club is not gonna book you.
Well, the way they look at it is they look at your IG or Instagram following as a barometer to see if you can sell.
Okay.
Because the way they're looking at it is like if you have followers, that means there is a better chance that you're going to have people come see you.
I see. That makes
True.
sense.
So from them, at the end of the day, they have to make money, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I can't blame them too.
Right.
Yeah, but if I send you my tapes and I have it, if I'm a good stand-up, that should be good enough. You know what I mean?
Should be. I guess.
Well, this is a problem with that. Like, so as a club booker, if you look at them, they have to run a club. They got to make sure their lineups are good. The people show up on time. The shows are going. They got a bunch of stuff on their task list. And then their email is overwhelmed with a bunch of people sending them their content, telling them like, hey, check me out, I'm funny.
Right.
But until they see them, they can't tell. And a lot of times, even seeing you on screen is not really the same as seeing you live.
Yeah.
So it's very hard for them. A lot of times you don't even, not just you, even though I have good social media following, I don't get response from the clubs because they're just busy. It's nothing against, and the problem with comedy is there is no entry gate, there's no such thing as do you have a degree or not, there's no checklist, right?
Yeah. Right.
So everyone who's funny with their family thinks they're funny, and instead of going through there's no one way of doing it, right? So there's you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. So the first thing they do is hey, I'm funny, let me email a bunch of bookers around me, let them know I'm funny, they should book me. I'm better than these comedians they're getting. And they flood these guys' emails. So even if you're a funny guy, you are, the best way to put it is, if there's a lot of shit in the pool, you gotta be that one diamond somehow manages to shine through the shit. That someone says, hey, look at that, there is something valuable here.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's hard because now even if you're shining, nobody might be looking at you,
Yeah, that's true.
There's too much shit around you.
Yeah. So
that's why they say with the comedy and few of this acting and stuff, at the bottom line, nobody makes any money. You're all struggling artists because there are no entry barriers.
Yeah.
But as you go up, either you make it big and make it really big, or you're just not making anything.
Yeah.
There is no middle ground.
Just like YouTube, man, like they said, there's no barrier to entry for YouTube. So the goal is to make the best content you can, and hopefully people watch and subscribe. That's just how it is.
That's
try and be a diamond.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally what I've been doing. When I was going to the clubs and hanging out, I mean, you get disrespected because not because they want to. It's just they're overwhelmed. They got no time to deal with every guy coming and telling them they want a spot.
Yeah.
And they get a lot of those guys, and a lot of arrogant guys would just walk up and say like, "Hey, why are you not giving me a spot?" And so they don't have time for that. So for them, social media is a good gauge. So even for me as an artist, why wait for a club to give me a chance? Like when I started putting my clips, I used to go to open mics and tape my set, and I would post them, and there's nobody to laugh, and people would be like, "Hey, that's a great joke. Why is nobody laughing? This audience sucks." But what they don't know is there are no audience.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You have to build your audience. So when did you start doing comedy?
I started doing comedy seriously around 2016, 17.
Okay.
Before that, I've done it before. I was working with films and writing like comedy writing and stuff like that. But stage is since like 17, I would say.
Okay. And so let's go back. So where are you from originally?
Huh?
Where are you from? Where are you from originally?
Oh, I'm originally from India. I moved here when I was 15.
Okay, cool. So for India, there are multiple languages.
Yes.
So how many do you speak?
I speak Telugu really well. I understand Tamil a little bit, Hindi, I would say, but I'm not, because I moved here when I was young. I was more proficient with my own language.
Okay.
Usually people get better with other languages as they travel more. But I was a kid, I didn't really, even when I traveled, it's like, since I was a kid, I didn't really pick up much.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool.
I can read and write Hindi, but it's been so long that I can't really say I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Right. So how did you end up in America?
My parents moved here when I was a kid.
Okay.
And they moved here a couple of years before me, and then once they kind of settled down here, they brought me over.
Yeah, that's how it is. My mom moved here. I'm from Haiti. My mom moved here.
Yeah.
She settled down, and then she sent for us. That's how it is. So as a foreigner, how was adjusting to life in America versus back in India?
So the biggest thing is first 2-3 years I didn't even have any idea what's going on. I was literally going through the motions, and people ask me sometimes like, "Hey, were you did you have a lot of like racist incidents?" And I'm like, I might have in the hindsight, there might be like certain people might have been that way, but I was so clueless, they didn't get the payback.
Welcome to the club, my man.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I never thought about that, but that's
So, as an Indian guy, because I work in a hospital, and there's a lot of Indian doctors. They always tell me, in India, when you grow up, you either become IT tech or IT engineering or a doctor. How did you end up becoming a comedian?
Actually, that's kind of that was mostly because how it's a society that is kind of coming out of oppression. Like we were under oppression until 1947.
Yeah.
And my generation is literally, I would say, the first generation that got opportunity for proper education. And until 1990s, the biggest problem India had was unemployment.
Okay.
Because people are getting educated, but they didn't know how to use them.
Okay.
And when computers came, it became like a ticket. Like the whole world need computer scientists. And for us, it's even for me. I did computer science engineering not because I'm good with computers. It's just that this is what my dad told me. He's like, listen, you don't know English. You just moved here. You don't know. You don't know anything. But if you were to do computer science, it's a new subject. Everybody is learning. So nobody has an advantage over you. And if you can learn it, then you have a better chance of getting a job. It's all about survival, and medicine is very valuable because during British time we didn't have doctors. If people would have, like, that's one of the reasons we have like large population, because during British time people would have 10 kids and one of them would survive. And then now, since independence, India improved its medical services, that most kids are surviving.
Yeah.
So we had this balloon of population growth. Yeah. So all these things factored into it. To get to my thing about being a comedian, I moved a lot growing up, like 14 schools by the time I hit 5th grade. So wherever I go, the best way I could make friends is by telling jokes.
Okay.
So that's what that was my thing. But when I moved to America, I didn't know the language. So I was worried about that. But once I got grip on the language, I'm like, I'm going to go tell jokes.
Wow.
That makes sense. So, yeah. Wow, 14 school. That's a lot. That's a lot of moving around.
Yeah.
So why did you?
I mean, that's just till fifth grade.
Yeah. Why? So why did you move around so much?
At the time, my dad is working for Indian government in India, and is a government doctor, and they were posting him at different areas.
I see. Okay.
Mostly like very rural areas, like villages, So, I mean, even though I thought it was a negative thing at the time, I think it gave me a better exposure to the world than now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.